Hey, welcome to the special Christmas Sgt Frog Abridged episode 5 episode of the podcast. Me and Yoshi here as always, and we've got a semi-packed house.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff for you kids tonight. Not Christmas related though. Okay, yeah, but still.
Oh, you.
For me. So, who should go first, me or you?
You go ahead.
Alright, yeah, I got the best Christmas ever. Okay, so, I waited about 24 hours to incredibly excited for my presents. I got, for the first, I opened my presents at midnight at the 24th, so, well, technically it's Christmas by then. So, I waited like 24 hours and I got a brand new chair for my computer and some socks. That's it. I'm not kidding, that's all I got.
Well, he wanted the chair.
Yeah, I wanted the chair, but what I really wanted was an external hard drive so that I can, use my downloaded Wii games there, and it would have worked better than the stupid thing. Yeah, I got a chair, but honestly, it's a little less comfortable than my last one, but still, it's something. And, let's see.
I noticed it doesn't bang like the last one.
Yeah, it does because it's not as big. What else? I went to my aunt's house yesterday. She got me, pajama pants, which I've never had a pair of my own, so yay. I got a shirt and anti-blemish cream. Yeah. My Christmas was fucking off the roof. Oh yeah, and I also got $20 from my aunt. As far as I can say, this is the most disappointing Christmas I ever had in my life. Does it fix blemishes on the soul? I fucking wish. I've never been so depressed in my life. But enough about my sad Christmas. How about yours?
Yeah, you're poor.
Yeah, I am poor.
Let's see. I got a high-definition graphics card for my computer.
Oh, gee, thanks!
Yeah, that my computer rejected like a bad transplant. I've never had this happen before. I did everything the instructions told me. As soon as I put the thing into the computer and turned it back on, the fans would go. The computer wouldn't. So I'm just boxing it up and I'm going to get a replacement tomorrow.
I never heard of that. Maybe it's faulty.
That's what I'm guessing. Or maybe it's too powerful for my computer, which I doubt, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's... maybe I need to ask my brother. He's really good with computers.
I got a couple T-shirts from my cousins, one with some guitars on it, another with Snoopy, saying something that I would totally say, so it's nice. I got iTunes gift cards, some other clothes, and that's about it.
This is better than mine. You want to trade? I'll give you socks for your faulty graphics card. I haven't taken them out of the package.
They're
I'm
probably
desperate.
not worth what the graphics card's worth.
Okay, so $3 at the dollar store is not bad.
$3 at the dollar store?
I'm kidding. I don't know how much they cost. They're not high quality socks. They're just socks. Socks passed down by the legends. Woo. I'll swap my socks for your socks. Challenge accepted. All right. But anyway.
Yeah, now you got to give out your address. Way to go.
Okay, so I live... No. You got...
In hell. New Jersey.
In hell! Fuck my life. No. Anyway, enough about that. That's all I got for gifts. I want to say, what's the best gift you guys have ever gotten? But what about you, Storm? What was the best thing you ever gotten?
I think my best gift was, age 6... My grandpa bought me my Nintendo 64.
Aw, that's so nice. See, best gift I ever gotten? Well, every time I get a new console, pretty much. I got a Sgt Frog plush toy. Aw, I want one. So, what's the worst gift you guys have ever gotten?
My parent, I think it's this year, my parents, stocked my stuffing with some gloves, and my grandma bought me gloves at the same time.
Just in case you lose your first pair.
Yeah, not likely. They're not going anywhere.
I got socks.
Yeah.
My mom got the idea from A Christmas Story. So, yeah. I guess she was expecting me to throw it back like Ralphie and Randy did, but no.
She's expecting you to shoot your eye out with them.
I would. That'd be cool. I could make sock nunchucks. I did it when I was watching the Spike VGAs. I got that bored. I was like, oh, cool, fucking sock. Moving on. So, hey kids, did you know that it's almost the first anniversary for the Midnight Frogs?
Yeah, come New Year's, we'll have been around for a full year.
Yep. We made our account on June 2nd, 2009.
Probably like midnight, June 2nd, around
Yeah, just happened to be there, so.
there.
Cool time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, as right now we have 621 subscribers. Not bad for a first year. And, knowing, seeing that it's a comedy abridged.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, I know there are some regular abridged series that barely get here, so this is actually a pretty good milestone for us.
I think it's because we're not doing a conventional abridged of Sgt Frog. We're just doing our own thing with it.
Yeah. And there's the whole, being original thing. Cough. Well,
Yeah, if we were going down the same road we were going with episode 1, I don't think we'd be here. I don't think we're going to be doing anything for the first year anniversary. Do you want to do anything for the first year anniversary, or just?
I don't have any plans for it, really.
Yeah, just.
I haven't really thought much about it.
It might be around an appropriate time to do another video commentary.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. The first step on the road to a glorious abridged empire. Are you going to redo episode 1? Yes, we are.
The gag reel was enough, really. Well, that was for the midway point for season 1.
Yeah. I mean, there's only 5 episodes left in the season, so. Let one user appear in an episode as a special guest.
No.
Sorry, but no. We'll only get voice actors and special people if we go to them. So, yeah. Hey, you can curse now, isn't that nice? Anyway. Episode 1, that was 5,000% more for you, kid.
We did get our first piece of fan art recently. I posted the link to the picture on DeviantArt on our front page. Hopefully you guys saw it. I think all the videos we posted might have pushed it out of the way.
Yeah. But so we got our first piece of fan art from, I know her YouTube name is like Yipit something Majigger.
Something like that.
Yeah. Most people get crown fan art. Well, our fan art was actually pretty cool. It was it had different animation styles from because it was drawn by 6, 7, 8, 8 different girls. Yes, they were all girls. Haha, you jelly. But her and her friends, they were watching Mystery Dungeon Abridged and Best Wishes. So apparently at 1 in the morning they were drawing, passing the paper around, I guess, and drawing something.
No, I think it was on a cocky board.
Ah. Well, still, I still like the whole, it was all different animation drawing styles, by different people, so that was nice. It had a Squirtle, it had Skarmory, it had Fiyuki, it had, I think Smugleaf, but he was really small.
Yeah.
And it was, the one that stood out to me the most was Squirtle, was First Degree Murder with the stick.
I have a Skarmory. She looked really happy.
Yeah, Skarmory. Singing, it had Kirby. I gotta say, that was probably the best gift I got all year.
Oh, yeah.
It meant a lot to me, really. Yeah.
I really don't think about those things, but when they happen, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm. Kind of gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, what made the picture even better, it was a total clusterfuck, but it was a clusterfuck of awesome.
Yeah, it was all in one little paper, but still.
And it was all pretty well drawn.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I enjoyed it, so. Hopefully we'll get more. Cough Drawsome! And,
what did you guys think of the gag reel?
Yeah, what did you guys think?
Like I mentioned, we do gag reels for the midway point and the end of each season, since our seasons are 10 episodes long.
I feel like a jerk. I don't know why. Probably because I had the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone stuck around, like, past the message where it said, see y'all in 2011, but Thor put a freaking message that said, Mugiwara Yoshi, 19 failures, you're a winner!
No, you're a winner.
Yeah, you're a winner, and you're the Mario Galaxy music when you get, like, an item or something. I was like, you dick. When I first saw that, like, you asswipe, why would you do that?
You had the most out of anyone. You had the most out of anyone when Mystery Dungeon Abridged came around. I almost caught up to him when we did Best Wishes, but he still beat me when we did episode 5.
Oh my god. Especially for whoever did the Kirby's. That was me. It had the names on it, damn it. I'm Yoshi. It might be about mean-spirited, but I would like to see gag reels of auditions. Oh my god, no.
No, I don't keep the bad auditions.
Yeah, we don't keep auditions.
Like, I keep auditions, just not the ones that don't make it.
Yeah, that.
And we haven't had any that were gag reel worthy anyway.
Yeah, they were mostly people who couldn't, act for shit. But I gotta say, like, most of mine came because of voice cracking and because, I was fucking around with my tongue a lot, so. What was your favorite one?
I don't know. Probably me trying to do G.I. Joe. Because, like, it seemed like everyone's voice was dying while we were trying to record for that friggin' episode. And
especially me.
Yours especially, because you couldn't even do Tamama. But me trying to do Tamama, it's like his voice was on fire. G.I. Joe!
Drink a cup of water, quick!
We're not going down that road again.
Like, probably my favorite was one of yours, where, it was like one of the early, the one from Sgt Frog 2, where, it was like an early overhaul script, where you're trying to say the line, you're saying the line, you're like, and then Honey Greg did shoot it, fuck! Where did shoot it come from?
I don't know, I'm just...
Every time I hear you go, shoot it, fuck! I just die. Because it sounds like he's playing with a football and he can't catch it.
I'm just getting flustered and pissed off.
When you were yelling at the dogs at top of him.
That was on accident, though.
Like, shut up!
Shut up! You gotta stay in character when you're recording.
Oh god, I almost spit on my coffee. Like another one of my favorites where you were as Professor Oak. Reference!
Reference!
I like to eat my cereal in the morning.
And then it somehow segued into Etta and Eddie.
Yeah, I was like, I like to make buttered toast. We're always gonna save our fuck-ups, so.
The good ones, anyway.
Yeah, you can count on more gag reels soon.
Code Black Yachty probably, really wasn't expecting me to laugh that hard.
Yeah, she was like, what? What did I do?
What?
She sounded so innocent, like, what? What did I do? I'm sorry.
It really just sounded like, oh, I've sucked.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Trip.
Get off me. Yeah, I should have stayed. I got trusted. No, that one was not hard. I could say that in my sleep.
Yeah.
What was another good one? I know Lily has a good pile.
Yeah, she's the third behind me and then behind you.
Me, I'm the leader and everything, so.
I think my favorite was she was doing, I'm glad you understand. It's like she sounded like Fuyuki. Yeah, SMX Sonic's got it.
Hey, you sound a little hoarse there, Mom.
I really forgot what I was saying there. It does kind of sound like that, though.
You can't forget Jerry's oh shit 3-minute thing. That's like one of the best things I've ever heard in my life.
It's like, you really did a minute and a half of this.
But like, that wasn't an edit. That was actually him going, oh shit, what, oh shit.
Constantly.
And I did like the little thing he said where he was doing the Giovanni and the Rocket Grunt thing. Hey, can we have a smoothie later? Someone do the what, oh shit remix. That's what I said to Thorn. Like, by itself, it sounds like a song.
Yeah, you're saying there's kind of a rhythm to it.
What? Oh shit! What? Oh shit! I could see that. I could see it happening.
What's it? Whatever.
They got like a Parappa song, but they're like the only 2 words.
Easiest beatbox ever.
Kick, punch, shit.
Not a Sparta remix.
No, good God, no. Those were alright for 5 minutes, but
The 5 minutes where they started. Then.
Yeah, there's like a million of them. It's not that there's a lot of them is the problem, it's that the beat is kind of, could have been better.
Verizons were pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Thunder Sock, you jerk.
Thunder Sock.
Thunder Sock. That's a good one.
Fuck, why can't I remember them? I thought it funny that Lily had the only ones for episode 1.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like I think I had a couple, but it was just my first ever line recording I've ever done in my life, so it's kind of awkward.
What now?
When I first did Caro. When I sent the line for the first episode, it was like 53 minutes of me. Or something like that.
I almost remember.
Yeah, it was when I sent the lines for the first episode. That was the first time I ever did.
That was back in, January, February?
January, one of those 2, but still. but there wasn't anything, woo, hilarious, worthy like Lily or Hyatt, so I'm glad it's up.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
I don't have anything else for the gag reel.
Someone mentioned Hyandramon. You said he got lost. What did you mean by that? Like
the characters, or
like it was hard to follow?
Like, did you stop looking at the screen and started playing like a game or something? Because then I could understand. Oh, it was a long reel.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of bloopers.
Yeah. I say the more bloopers, the better, so.
If it wasn't for the death of Tom, it would be a lot shorter.
Yeah. It wasn't even really I went on vacation, so. For a day.
I keep dying. Stop resurrecting me.
Well, yeah, well, you're a face.
Stop trying to hit me.
Well, yeah, but what? Alright, then. I think that's enough for the gag reel. Moving on.
Alright, now for what you guys really came here for. Sgt Frog Abridged 5.
Yeah. The main reason.
First thing to get out of the way, you guys might have noticed there was a minor staff change. First off, the voice of Kululu. Ghost dropped out of the team shortly after Best Wishes Abridged. So we auditioned a few people, and JPace92, who was in the chat, got the voice. So
say hi. He's incredibly awesome, and he does an amazing job as Kululu.
Yeah, Lily mentioned that he really liked him, and I especially liked how he said, dude, you don't even know what street you live on.
You don't even know what street you live on. Don't you want me, baby? Like, I like how he said that.
No.
Oh, no. Jay Pace, an awesome person. Alright, anyway.
And moi. Originally it was going to be Renegade Faith, a friend of ours from YouTube over in Australia, but the recording sessions were hell.
Yeah, you said that they were your longest recording sessions ever?
Arguably. Yeah.
Like, when you synced up the clip to, where she says, "Is this normal?" I was incredibly disappointed. I was never disappointed with a clip until then. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like, I'm going to be honest. I really enjoy talking with Abby, but those were the worst recording sessions I've ever been in.
Yeah.
So
almost, it kind of reminds me of the times when we spent with what's her name, Alma.
No.
No,
Not
when
that
she was sick.
Those weren't that bad. No.
Yeah, but okay.
Like with Alma, it was a mess. This was unbearable. But
And World War III.
I guess.
In a way.
What kind of fucking battle was that?
I didn't win.
That was a stalemate. All right. So for moi, Code Black Hayate, you guys remember voiced Jessie in Best Wishes Abridged. She was signed on to do the voice, which marks the second time she was brought in at pretty much at the last minute to do a voice, and pulled it off spectacularly. So
Yeah.
special thanks to her once again.
Yeah, Thorn sent me the sample voice, and I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. So she hit the nail on the head.
Hey,
Safe to say that she's actually part of the team now.
pretty much.
I'm glad she's on the team too. She's we always wanted more female voice actresses.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Some jokes to talk about. There's a huge fucking list.
Oh yeah, this is the main part of the thing. Podcast.
Like every podcast about the episode. First off, right at the very start of the episode, we make an obvious crack about Momoka, because you guys remember the huge wait to get episode 2 out of the way.
Yeah, the reason why we have 5 episodes right now, I would say.
Probably.
We'll explain that in for Hanson 185. We'll explain that in a bit. We're going through a list. So.
Yeah, that one comes up.
Yeah, it's pretty soon, so.
We make a few cracks about Gundams, though we don't mention them directly.
Yeah. In one episode we were talking, going over how different our characters are from the original. Well, I say that my Kero, I've voiced him, so I would say he's, completely, somewhat different to, the anime and the manga version. Instead of him actually liking, Gundam, he's like, it's just alright. It's just, they're just there. And, since he's even lazier, he just does things with, he likes Transformers better because they're already built.
I would say your Kero is much more different from the dub.
Oh, yeah.
A totally different personality, a lot more laid back, probably a lot dumber.
Maybe not a little, he's dumber than, I would say he's a little bit dumber than dub Kero, but not by much.
He's certainly a bigger asshole.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, God.
Like you mentioned, one line from the dub is Kero, Fuyuki is down in a deep sea diving suit, and then his air gets unplugged, and Kero's Fuyuki's dead, and it's all everyone else's fault.
It's all everyone else's fault.
That sounds like something yours would say, but
yeah, it does. He probably said something even worse, or you probably wouldn't even care. Oh my God, Fuyuki's oxygen tank, it's out! Anyone want to go for tacos?
It's out. It must be cold down there.
I'm going for tacos. Here, hold this. God, that's even worse.
It's not even that. Oh, fuck. Here, on all this.
There. That's on you. God, that's... Yeah, but Kero's such a dick. My Kero.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Me neither. But the opening joke's about Transformers. That's a joke about the Gundam trope that we pretty much don't give a shit about.
Yeah, it's not that I hate Gundam. I used to love... I used to watch G Gundam all the time when I was a kid. I loved it. It's not that I hate it. It's just I don't want it to be oh my God, Gundam this, Gundam that, because it gets annoying for me in the anime and the manga when I see him fucking something up because of Gundam. So, yeah. I try not to make it such a big part of the character. He pretty much doesn't care. For all I know, he probably has like Giroro pole and he shoots it with a shotgun or something.
That's how they bond. Her brown skin.
Was this your joke or my joke?
That was mine.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of don't remember why I put that in there other than...
Was it yours?
Yeah, it was mine.
I think we were trying to find something for like dumb for Fuyuki to say because it's Fuyuki. So
that's how at least 2 of his lines came about.
Like, oh, I lost her in the couch.
She's right there. You can even see her hair. It's not even the same shade of brown.
It's Fuyuki, so we just threw it in, and yeah, Natsumi's the voice of reason, so the bitchy one, but
she'd like to be.
Moving on, City Hua. Okay, I have to explain this one.
There's a story behind this.
Yeah, there's actually a story behind City Hua. After Natsumi says like, oh, she's blonde, how do you miss that? Fuyuki says City Hua. That's actually something me and my dad came up with. Like, my dad is a huge influence for my comedy altogether. So, me, my dad, and my mom, we came back from, I think it was like the supermarket or something. We came back from some store, and we're having a good time, we're in the car, and I live next to, a Polish place, like a Polish city, called Wallington. It's like across the bridge. And there's a lot of Poland people, and all that. So, my dad has a tendency to do a drive-by type thing where he rolls down the window, he just like yells at somebody in the middle of the street who's just walking, a passerby. And they just stand and stare like a jackass, and we just laugh our asses off when we see their reaction. Like, we've been doing a million stuff like that. Like, we just walk up to somebody, we just, like, do a finger bang, and they're just looking at us like, what the fuck? Oh, or, like, one of my favorites is where we roll down the window, we scream, like, this Spanish song, like, it's called I Want You, Baby, or something. So we yell at, like, at anybody, I want you! In Spanish, like, Te quiero, wow! So, we're doing stupid shit like that. And so, my mom has her window down, and my dad's driving, and he sees that there's these 2 people in the like, on their lawn. So, he's always being, like, a semi-racist. Like, when he sees Chinese people, he just says Chichawa or something stupid. So, when he sees them, he just yelled out, City Hua! And this guy, he's just looking at us, raises his arm in the air like some sort of victory thing. He's like, City Hua! Responding, and we're just looking at each other like, what the fuck did you just say? Because, like, he raised his fist and you're like, yeah, that's my bro! Or like, yeah, I like soccer too, or some shit. So even to this day, we have no idea what the hell he says. I've tried looking it up on the internet. I have no idea what it is, and I've been wanting to use City Hua for forever. That's more of a tribute to my dad. He's so hilarious. So. And then Carol comes home. So.
I'm betting the guy just heard about you guys, so he's just playing along.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, my mom thinks so too, but we're thinking, like, I think that means something. Because nobody just yelled out something back like, hey, you're a douchebag! So that doesn't happen, so.
Rabies!
Rabies, yes! High five! So yeah, it was just, we don't know, so. So I threw it in there, and yeah. Oh, Dad.
I love that.
You guys should try it out. Just when you're in your car with your dad or anybody, when you're driving bar, roll down your window, just yell something out at the guy. They'll be staring at you so hard. It's hilarious. I love it.
I need to tell my dad the next time we drive out somewhere and there are some pedestrians walking by, we need to roll our windows down, just finger bang, go, hey, and then drive off.
We've been doing that, but like sometimes we're not even in the car. We're just walking by. Hey. They just look at us like, what?
We do that to some passerbys. It would go down to Dibble Records, and then they end up showing up. That'll be so awkward.
I think it was yesterday. Like, we just came back from my aunt's house, and he sees my dad sees some guy walking in the Polish city. He has the window up, and he yells it again. So But he had the window, so he couldn't hear. Like, City Hawk, hey, come on, say it again. Yeah. But anyway, that's the story of City Hawk. It doesn't mean shit for my knowledge, so, yeah.
We're still figuring it out.
I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean garbage, so. And it's not Spanish or English, it's intelligible, so.
The flashbacks, quote unquote, when Moa is talking about her childhood with Kararo.
Oh, yeah, that one was your idea, but I suggested some of the pictures.
Yeah. Like in the original episode, you just see pictures of her when she's little. Kararo's playing Twister.
Yeah, playing Twister, they were playing hula hoops, they were solving a giant Rubik's Cube thing.
Kararo could barely lift it.
Yeah, he couldn't even lift it.
But to play on that, instead she's listing off places that they went, which are the most mundane shit. Like besides Disneyland, she took her to a dollar store and then a post office. But then the pictures don't even match up. Well, Disneyland is the Eiffel Tower, which seems cool in itself, but it's not fucking Disneyland. But the dollar store is the dump.
That was your idea.
And the post office is a forest fire.
That one was mine.
So if you think about it, Kararo not only took her to mundane shit, which wasn't even the right mundane shit, he probably caused a few minor catastrophes.
He probably did.
First a forest fire, and then picking her up from school, he somehow drove the car through a house. In that picture, the car is a story off the ground.
How did they do that?
And then later on in the episode, when Giroro grabbed Natsumi and Wa with those snake things, she's talking about her sweet 1016 where they played in traffic. Everyone was so nice to you.
Yeah, hey, remember they called you dickhead and get out of the road, get out of the way and other shit. Why would they play in traffic for a birthday party?
He's just the real joke is that he's taking advantage of her innocence to make him seem really cool when he's not doing anything.
Hey, you want to go to McDonald's? You want to go to McDonald's?
Yeah, they go down to a sewer.
They go to a sewer. Look, it's Ronald McDonald. It's like an alligator. He throws some paint on him. Whoa, yeah, he's fresh. Again, this goes back to Kararo being a terrible person and the laziest guy you'll ever meet. So.
That's one of the many ways in which Kararo's a terrible person.
Yeah. But he's not as big as a dick as you might think. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I think he's big. He's more of a dick than dumb, Kararo.
Well, once episode 4 came around, we pushed it to a limit.
Hey, you want to play Space Gerbil again? Alright, but moving on.
Then Merry Christmas!
That was yours.
Well, I was really planning to get this episode done before Christmas, so I'm glad I did.
Yeah, it was perfect timing.
Yeah, I specifically put that line in because we were working on it through December. This was actually the quickest episode from starting a production like script writing to uploading.
Yeah, I hope it stays like that because that means that the episodes can come out sooner.
Yeah. Like it mostly takes the longest just to record everything.
Yeah.
Which is why I like to keep our cast list as minimal and recurring as possible.
Mm-hmm. What was I about to say? Where did you get that idea? He's just holding the cell phone. Merry Christmas.
Well, he thinks Moa's cell phone is Natsumi's. So it's like, I don't even have a phone. Then take it!
It's a Merry Christmas!
Yeah, Giroro's just really upfront about his love with Natsumi in this episode.
Whoa.
He's like, It's like every other thing he says is a declaration of love. I think everything he says directly to Natsumi is a declaration of love.
Yeah, almost every line. Almost. I mean, that was the one about the burger store, so.
What? Oh, yeah. That's why I said directly to Natsumi.
Right. Yeah, the next one. This one was mine. Then I'm gonna waste all your minutes. What? Well, at the time, I was just looking at the cell phone, and I was trying to come up with, like, an actual idea of, like, a cell phone joke, but not to, like, oh, look, payment plans, or something like that. I think that was an early idea at some point. But, I don't know, I just saw him have the cell phone, and he flies away with it, and at this point, he's trying to use the cell phone to, in the original, he uses the cell phone to, like, oh, we can use this to conquer the planet or whatever. Here, Karo, use it. But the thing is that they actually can't use it, so it's pointless. So I was like, oh, he's gonna waste all the minutes instead. So I we threw that in there.
The real question is, how would Giroro waste Ma's minutes? What would he do?
That's a good question, though.
He doesn't seem to know that a burger store sells burgers. You must not be too familiar with anything. Like anything not military related.
I guess he could send like 1 million text messages to Natsumi.
He knows her number.
There is one episode where he spends an entire episode doing that, so he tries to send her a text message, but he fucks it up. So I don't know if he knows it by then, so.
Make like a million shitty prank calls.
They call somebody, hey. You have Prince Albert in a can? No, well, did you hang up? Yes!
You so got him, Giroro.
like they're right next to each other. You got him.
The boss, Uncle.
What? Okay, my turn. Get this one. Hello? I can't do it.
No Machine Giver says, Kulu could find out, he can find everything out except how not to be creepy.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing with Kululu. He tries to be creepy, but nobody really acknowledges it.
Oh, really?
Like, you could tell he's trying. He's just giggling to himself, not really doing anything, like, later on in the episode. And then, but Tom was just sitting there like, stop. Cut it out. For fuck's sake. I can see you're not doing anything. You can stop.
Good God. Let's moving on. Let's see. Mwat says, wake up, you idiot, before Giroro says that. I think this was also yours.
Yeah, I like to put weird little secret messages in like that.
Yeah, I know the traffic thing was mine, so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was running into traffic. You remember my sweet 1016? That was my idea.
Yeah, I put up a video showing what Natsumi and Moa were saying in that. But nobody pointed out that Moa says, wake up, you idiot, before Giroro does.
Yeah, it's supposed to resemble that was also one of the lines when the people said to them when they were in traffic.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing a video like that for Araragi, because in Best Wishes, she says the lyrics to Devo's Whip It. And you can kind of hear it for a second, but nobody really pointed it out.
Yeah, because Ash is singing Beat the Clocks.
Well, really bastardized version of it.
Bastardized, I got it. Let's see, the next one. Speed lines are cool. This one was my idea. We were trying to come up with a line for Fuyuki, and so it was like, oh, like the original was like, oh, wow, the destruction of the earth is going to happen in my front yard. Like, I can't say that. That's just, not Fuyuki, so.
Our Fuyuki.
Our Fuyuki, at least. So, I was looking at it, and I remember this one video on YouTube where this guy the video was titled, what would happen if Phoenix Wright loses a case, and like it was just like every time in Phoenix Wright when you press the objection button, he does the point and he says objection and it has like speed lines going through, and in the video It's just like Phoenix, like since he lost the case, he's freaking the fuck out. He's like, speed line's going right, speed line's going left, up and down, and then he just faints. So when I saw Fuyuki, I just said speed lines are cool. So I had to put it in there.
It works. It sounds like something Fuyuki would say, so I'm cool with it.
And then Carol, the speed lines are cool. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good stuff. So, that's all I got. Moving on. Ways in which Kero is a terrible person. You pointed most of them out.
Yeah. Like, there's him treating Moi like an idiot when she was little. And she kind of is, but mostly it's just that she's sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
But, actually, in that speed lines are cool thing,
oh, yeah. Like, when he was going, how can I be useful? What if I let down Fuyuki, Moi, and Natsu? Fuyuki! So, it clearly doesn't give two fucks about Natsumi.
Yeah. What I find really funny about that is, he obviously cares about Fuyuki and Moi, not so much Natsumi, but he seems to be completely afraid of being useful.
But if I have to take over the world, then I gotta do stuff, I gotta get up. For starters.
I know I'm standing up, but that's all the energy I can exert right now.
Exert energy with every step. That and because of Linda series, so.
Yeah. Wouldn't end our series, though.
Yeah.
Well, I beat him to it, so.
Let's see, what's next? The phone call between Tamama and Kero. This one's me. This is one of the earliest well, not super early, but see, around May, June, like around summer. This is like a really early idea I had. I believe this was right after 2 and we were discussing 3. For some reason, I get ideas when I go make coffee. I don't know how that works. Like, I just go over there, I'm drinking coffee, I go make some. I have jokes, and then I tell Thorn, and then they work.
We have at least 3 in the joke vault that came from him going to get coffee.
Yeah, for me going to get coffee, so I'm, like, and they just happen in, 5 seconds. Like, I have all the dialogue ready and everything. So I'm just going there, getting some coffee. Tom gets locked in a car. Got it, genius! And then I went over there and told you, hey, what about this? And it worked. So.
Yeah, that's an old one. I'm really glad we managed to get it into an episode, because most of the jokes in the joke vault probably aren't going to make it, probably aren't going to see the light of day.
Yeah, not because they're not funny, it's just that we don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
Because they fit the source video.
Like, episode 2 had to be held back the first time because the script didn't work with the episodes, so the writing's got to work with the original episodes.
Yeah, you have to watch an episode. You can't just do it off the cuff, or then bullshit happens.
Yeah, we'd be pretty lucky for that to work out with what we have in there.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, that's an incredibly early idea I had between Tamama and Kara.
And I love it. I love it so.
Clearly you can see the relationship between these two. Yeah, I'll go get you at some point.
Actually, Code Black, since I know you're in the chat, do you mind me mentioning what you said when we were talking? Or it was on Skype?
Oh, Code Black's in the chat? I didn't see her.
Yeah.
Hi!
About your sister and her husband. Code Black said the conversation between Akero and Tamama reminded her of her sister and her husband.
What, it had the same exact words?
Yeah, with Kero being her sister's husband and Tamama being her sister.
Oh god. Are you kidding me? Like, it wasn't the same exact thing?
Yeah, so you meant her sister would lock herself out of the house or out of her car, or she would lock her car and then climb out the car window.
She didn't know, just open the stupid switch?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or lock inside of rooms. That is hilarious. Hey, I could talk with my teeth closed.
Yeah, this one was mine. Oh, and I looked at the first guy. Cause like there's these bullies, like, oh, here comes Asami. She's the girl that Moi copied. So it's like, oh, here's Asami. Like we were debating whether or not we were gonna use her or not, and I'm glad I did, but we did. So
yeah, don't take too much credit. You didn't come up with the line.
No, I didn't.
You came up with the A because the second guy looks like Fonzie.
Yeah, so and like every time I go, hey, I always think of Fonzie. So
I was just being a jackass when we were watching the episode. I was like, I could talk with my teeth closed.
And it was perfect. So
it stays.
Hey, I could talk with my teeth closed, you know?
Because you say stupid things when you're watching the episode that you're not going to actually write, but sometimes it stays. Saburo never talks because, well, never mind that someone used to voice him. Saburo is useless in the original show. There's no point for him to be there. There's no point for him to be in the manga even, apparently.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's just Kululu's partner. He doesn't even show up in the fucking movies. I mean, god damn it, man, come on. It seems like he's just there, from what I'm getting. Like, I've read so many volumes, and when he shows up, it's only like to hang out, or hey, I just happen to be here, not because, you know, he doesn't get involved like Koyuki or Momoka because they're always in the movies, no matter what, but he's just like there. And if he does show up in the movies, he's just like at the end, like for credits.
He's just there for someone for Natsumi to cream over.
Yeah, he just doesn't do shit, so, yeah, pretty much, so. So I consider him to be an incredibly useless character. And besides, I can't really do much with him since he doesn't really show up all that much, so.
Yeah, so why give him dialogue?
Yeah. I never really liked his character to begin with.
Yeah, it's not that he doesn't try to talk, because at least twice he opens his mouth to say something, but then someone else just starts talking.
Yeah, Dororo cut him off, Giroro cut him off.
Actually, I think they were both Giroro. Because Saburo's mouth wasn't open when Dororo shows up, but it's open both times where Giroro interrupts him.
Oh.
So it's really like they're competing for Natsumi.
Yeah. So yeah, Saburo's pointless, and we don't know what we're gonna do with him. Probably just nothing.
SMX Sonic says he's like the me of SFA, but you're not in SFA.
Oh.
Is that the joke? That doesn't quite connect.
Moving on.
Look at my teeth!
Look at my teeth! That one was mine. I was trying to come up with dialogue for Tamama. Like a good thing you should, this goes like to every abridger out there if you're doing abridging. A good thing to do when you're trying to come up with dialogue is have fun with the character and like point out an animation flaw or something. Or just look at the character's facial expressions and see if you get something. Cause, fucking cop cars. Cause when I saw Tamama, like, and he's gritting his teeth, he's in his angry mode, you know, the mode that we never use, cause I think Tamama's too cute for that, there's no point in our series for that. So, when I saw him, like, I immediately thought of, the Hero of Time review me and Thorn did, like, forever ago. It's a fan movie that took 4 years for the Legends of Zelda, but it was crappy, so we reviewed it. So anyway, and in one scene, like, the guy playing Ganondorf has, like, huge teeth, and Thorn, like, one of the jokes was, look at my teeth! So, I think I came up with that joke too back then, right? Look at my teeth?
Yeah, that one was yours.
Yeah, wow, it came back, and it worked in my favor. So when I saw Tamama's face, and like, he was, you know, angry, quote, but, so I just said, look at my teeth! And so I went in. I can't really do the voice for some reason today.
Oh, God.
Look at I'm alive, I swear to fucking
look at my teeth!
Look at my teeth! So, there we go. That's more like it.
Bum, bum, bum.
And speaking again by the whole, you know, tip for the abridgers, like, oh, remember to look at stuff. Like, for Karano, too, when he was, when he turned around and he said, "Oh God, there's a letter in my eye." Like there was Japanese kanji there, so he had a reaction shot thing. So like they just came to talk to him. So what the hell is he gonna say? He can't act surprised for no reason. So I just said, "Oh God, there's a letter in my eye," and it worked.
Yeah, he has at least 2 other lines like that. I call him Boney.
I call it Boney.
I still love how you say that.
Yeah, there's actually inspiration for the way I said that. I got inspiration from a character. You guys remember the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh? Well, Josh, he's like, what?
I think Drake and Josh is one of the few sitcoms they made that were good.
Yeah, like that. That was like one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows ever, before iCarly came and, threw him out the window.
Yeah,
So,
frankly, I'm surprised they came from the Amanda Show, which was an abhorrent piece of shit.
Yeah, that was crap. But Drake and Josh, that was where it's at. So, Josh, he would always like say something and the way he was acting, like it was good acting. It was kind of funny the way he would say stuff. Like one of them was where like he throws I think it was like a pillow at a cup of soda. And the first thing is like, "Oh no, Mom and Dad are gonna kill me." And, like the way he said it like that, so like he would always exaggerate like the way he would say words. So I kind of took a big inspiration from that and just like, "I call it done." So I threw it in.
It sounds like he's just short of squeeing.
Exactly. I call it Boney. And it's always like the character that gets shit upon, so I threw it in there. And I a lot of my voice acting, I would say, comes from inspiration from him, honestly. So I have to give a big thanks to Josh. And let's see, another one, this is more like of a weird animation thing. It's not that it was a flaw, it's just there. When Kero jumps on top of Natsumi, he's kind of like wiggling his butt, so like he's just doing it for no reason after he jumped on his head, like at the end when like the world is back to normal, quote. So he just jumps on her head like, "Oh look, I'm wiggling my ass," and so the only thing I can come up with is, "Hey, look at me wiggle my butt." And
Yoshi and I laughed so hard when Natsumi grabbed him by the throat. It's a great expression.
Because it was perfect timing. We were watching it at the same time. I was like, "Hey, look at me wiggle my butt."
It sounds like he threw up or something.
Look at me wiggle my butt. She grabs his neck. So, "Hey, look at me wiggle my butt."
That's the pace in that one is perfect, I think.
Yeah. Moving on. Oh, this is another one of my jokes. Jeez, I'm on a roll today. When Kululu's filming Moi for her DVD, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do my thing. Don't worry, Daddy, I'll do the mission or whatever." And like at one point, she's just running away, and she's just like, "There's no dialogue there. It's just I guess narration or something." So the only thing so I looked at it and I was like, "Stop following me!" And it worked perfectly fine. I thought it came out great, so we left it in there.
Yeah, I find it extra funny. You can't exactly tell if Kululu was filming her for the DVD, like entirely with her consent. It's like you kind of have to do some mental acrobatics to figure it out. And I love shit like that.
And then like next time, "Oh, okay, everything's fine, he's recording."
Mr. Kululu, but you asked me to. Shush. I gotta play it up here.
We have the 2 characters in the chat, so they'd probably be able to do a better job.
Yeah.
The next one's yours.
Yeah. Asami. We actually never referred to Asami by her name, but
yeah, but she
that
doesn't.
girl, that's her name. The girl that Moi took the form of. When she's quote unquote harassing the lesbos, which Lily says are her favorite characters, like they're freaking out, and Asami just looks at them like, "Girl, pair you two." And Like Yoshi and I sat there for about 10, 20 minutes trying to think of a good line for her to say. Like throwing shit around that really wouldn't be that funny, and then just getting pissed off at each other. Or maybe that came later. But
Yeah, that comes later.
But then I thought about the fact that they're both girls, and then the idea of them growing a pair, which if you don't, like if you're not focused, you could end up saying that to a girl and look like a jackass. But it's even funnier if a girl says it to other girls.
Jeez, grow a pair, you two.
Grow a pair, you two.
When I heard that, I just died. Cause who the hell says that to a girl?
Let alone another girl.
I don't know, another girl, so. It was great. So I loved it. It was hilarious. Put it in there.
It's like, grow a pair of what?
Ovaries?
I guess.
At
least it makes you two.
Get fertilized, come on.
Do something you're gonna regret.
God help you if you get menstruation.
God help you if I see red.
If you don't have your period right now.
I'm on a timer, lady.
It's kind of sad that we know the name of a character who only shows up once in the entire series for the anime. In the manga, she shows up every now and then. She's still a thug or whatever. But we still don't know the names of the lesbians.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, they have names. They show up like every now and then because they're like Natsumi's best friends, I guess. But like, we still don't know their names. We still refer to them as lesbians. Even if we find out their names, they're still going to be known as lesbians.
Like, I have their names somewhere.
They did somewhere. I don't remember. They'll always be Lesbo 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's their official Sgt Frog Abridged names.
The next one's mine.
This is a running joke throughout the episode.
Yeah, Asami can't make a comeback to save her life. I've always wanted a joke where a character would try to make a comeback, but they just like run away. So, in this one, like when she sees Moi, she's like, "Oh, what the hell? I can't another lookalike, whatever," and she just runs up like, "Stop following me!" So this would be I thought this would be the perfect time because she actually runs away from Moi. Like she sees her like, "Oh yeah, well, run." So it was perfect.
It's like throughout the episode, she's making weird comebacks. And yet everyone is still impressed by it.
I could defend these boys with my mouth open.
Teeth open.
Teeth open and the other guys, so.
Yeah, the other one is, well, I can kick with my mouth closed.
Whoa. Natsumi's like, whoa, she got you there, what? She just ran away.
Like, it kind of ties in with this other running joke we have throughout the series, where a character will quote-unquote get back at another character by saying something completely incoherent. Like at this, you can't even make a good comeback.
Yeah, mostly from Keros.
Yeah, but instead of it just being like a one-liner, everyone is really impressed by it.
Yeah. The next one's yours. You found it.
No, not much to say about it. This was when Wa walks up to Asami and Natsumi. When she points at Asami and says, "You look like me," her mouth looks so fucking weird. It's almost like Pac-Man, really.
Yeah, I'd say this is like, I wouldn't say a huge failure in the animation department, but it just looks awkward. So Thor just said, "You look like me!"
You look like me!
I like the way how Code said it. Now, you look like me!
It sounds like Ma better.
Yeah. So it went in. So.
Newman Productions. At least it's not like Pikachu's eyes. But that would have been even funnier, though, if her mouth started floating off.
Hey, you look like me.
Me.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Not even that. Oh, yeah?
The next one's also yours.
Yeah. After the flashback, Moa mentions that Asami is apparently nearsighted. Because in the original episode, is it that Moa crashes into their house because transforming weakened her?
Yeah, it took a lot out of her energy, so after she transformed, she, fell.
Yeah, it kind of looked like she was asleep.
Yeah.
Not unconscious, but asleep and just falling, crashing, and she doesn't even get scathed.
Yeah, she just goes... I'm good. Well, that's weird.
Not a bruise. She doesn't even look dirty.
I know, it's just she fell on Kiroro.
Yep. But in this, since we don't really show her transforming or anything like that, it's just Asami's nearsighted.
So, she just happened to be walking and...
not so nearsighted that she can't tell that Moa looks like her. But nearsighted enough that if she were up in the sky, she would be so lost.
Oh, Asami. Honestly, I kind of wish her character would come back, but this is the only episode she's in the anime.
Yeah. Character of the day.
Yeah.
This next one yours, too.
Yeah, it's subtlety on the battlefield. I was, again, another Metal Gear Solid thing, where Kiroro is he's sitting on the couch, and he's in the middle between Natsumi and Saburo. And so, again, like Thorn said before, he's really upfront with the whole, I love you, I want to hump you thing, so...
At least in this episode.
He was like, for some reason, I said the line, there's no subtlety on the battlefield. Like I immediately thought of Solid Snake, so... I was like, I love you.
Yeah, because in Metal Gear Solid, well, the very first one, he's always talking about everything in the context of a battlefield. Can love bloom on the battlefield? You can only depend on yourself on the battlefield.
On the battlefield, you're by yourself. Like, stupid shit like that, so...
It's another Metal Gear Solid reference.
Yeah. Can't hate Metal Gear Solid.
We can if you try.
Yeah. Next one's yours.
Dororo's poetry. Like when Dororo's dressed up like the fortune teller, which it seems like an appropriate point for him to start rhyming.
Yeah, that was my idea.
And I thought that would be a good place to put some pseudo-mystical poetic bullshit. And this was the point where Yoshi and I really got pissed off at each other. Or if anything, I got pissed off at you.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know what the hell to write. And I was like, fuck it, you can go. And I was literally thinking, you can go fuck yourself. Sign out of Skype, so I just went to bed.
Yeah, and immediately after he signed off, I came up with something. So it's like, well, fuck.
Oh, god damn it, Yoshi.
Oh, yeah, it's because we were thinking of, because in the original, Dororo's going by a script that Saburo wrote.
Right.
And you thought of a joke where Dororo would flub his line. It would be like, who the fuck wrote this? And that seemed really cliched.
Yeah, because honestly, apparently Thorn says that it happens every now and then, but I actually don't know any cartoons where that happens, so I just took his word for it.
It really sounds like something I'd heard before.
Well, I've never heard of it, so. But I'm actually glad that the UK actually came up with something better, so.
And it's even better that the rhyme ties in with Asami walking away.
And she's walking away from me. I like the edit you did with the eyes. Like, that's not in the original.
No, normally his eyes are just normal. In this one, I added this little shine that signals that he's almost crying.
Like from episode 4. Not even humans?
Not even humans?
That was my line.
That was yours. I think you said it even while you were like, not even humans?
It's not even humans!
Nikki Giovanni.
That's mine. Nikki Giovanni's like a really pissed poet. Thor's never heard of her, so. Well, it's not. Well, let's see. It's more like a combination, really, of Nikki Giovanni because she's a really, really talented poet, and famous, I believe. She's been referenced in, TV shows and all that junk. So, Thorn's never heard of her, but I always thought, like, when you break up with somebody, like, for some reason they're, like, the most emo person you'll meet, and they'll have, like, a fucking poem about it. And it's, like, the most, like, detailed thing you've ever read in your life, and they're, like, the dumbest person you ever met. Like, they could be, like, they could be the worst speller of all time. They break up with somebody, they'll write fucking Shakespeare. I don't know why that happened, so...
Shakespeare cutting himself, but yeah.
Right, but... So, I just wanted to sign me and say, like, geez, you break up with somebody and all of a sudden they're fucking Nicky Giovanni, and... So we threw it in there.
Yay for obscure references.
Yeah, I'll never get that connection for some reason. To break up with somebody, oh my god, life is like a shadow, that bullshit, and then they drop a napkin at the end. It's supposed to symbolize something. It's like supposed to symbolize something. I don't know what the hell it means.
Emo may be short for emotional, that doesn't help it any.
Yeah.
It's the one emotion anyway. If it's emotional, let's broaden it a little bit, shall we?
Next one's yours.
It's Waka Waka. Come on.
Waka Waka.
Mine, it's Fiyuki's, really.
I still love how you used it, though.
Yeah, Asami runs into this burger joint, and the cashier just goes like, Waka Waka!
That's like the first thing, like, her clone says. Out of all the other ones in the fucking street, that Waka Waka! Like, what? I love this song. I don't always get feel tired.
It just went in there and it worked nicely.
That'll always make me laugh, no matter what.
Actually, No Machine Gun for Him said something earlier in the chat. Waka Waka is the pickup onion mating call. I was actually joking with Yoshi a couple days ago. Waka Waka is like Fiyuki's mating call.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
I know, it's like, fuck. Nice.
Waka 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 Waka.
Waka Waka Waka.
Yeah, nobody's
I keep getting the one girl.
Yeah. What's her name? Vacuum
Mary,
cleaner?
I think.
Roxanne? Well, whatever. Who cares?
Roxanne! You don't have to...
Okay. Moving on. I had the lid on. This is like somewhat of a play on words in a way. They're holding cameras, but the cameras are actually like hologram thingies, the hologram projector, and so everybody has one. And so instead of that, I was like, oh, they're cameras. They just turned into they were just closed because Kululu dicked around with her brain or something like that. It was something involving Kululu, I don't know. So while he's in the trash can, I was like, it didn't make sense to me because, first of all, how is he projecting anything when he's inside a trash can? Wouldn't it just project inside the trash can? So instead, like, oh, those aren't projectors, those are cameras, and like, you know how when you record something, somebody's like, oh, I had the lid on the camera. Instead, he had like the lid on the trash can. Ha. It's kind of dumb, but I liked it.
Yeah, I like it too.
The next one's yours.
Yeah, we already kind of touched on it. Girora not knowing about burger joints.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, I didn't know that. I think it's telling about his character that he doesn't know anything about burger joints. Like, they would surely have them on Planet Charon. But it's like, I think he's intelligent, but he's ignorant of a lot of things because he's so focused on his work, like as a soldier, that everything else just doesn't seem important.
He seems to be only up to date with modern technology on warfare. Everything else is just whatever.
Ooh, pick your girl. The one thing that caught his eye. Well, yeah. He did get kicked out of the same glass window 3 or 4 times.
One of them for no reason. He just
yeah. So maybe that jumbled him up inside a little bit. Like, I did mention it, maybe it's all the glass in my head, so yeah.
I like to think he just, like, kind of jumped out the window because he did.
Like, there was so much glass in his head, he did it himself.
Yeah, he just jumped out for no Like you're just standing.
Like it's hinted that it was Natsumi again, but that's even funnier.
You don't hear a sound effect, he just flies out. So. But anyway, this isn't the SFA5 Party. Go back for that.
Moving forward.
Forever in the middle. This was my line, but you delivered it so perfectly. Again, it goes to the whole Natsumi Saburo Guerrero thing, where he's always interrupting, and he likes Natsumi. So when I saw him like pop out of the ground and they're like looking at Why, like, oh, she's gonna tell the runaway to go back home. Like the first thing that came to mind was forever in the middle. And you said it so perfectly. It's perfect. It looked like the line was made exactly for you, like specifically for you. So it came out just fine.
Yeah, because throughout this episode, he's trying to get in the middle of Saburo and Natsumi.
Yeah.
Like on the couch, out in the bushes. It's like in this one clip that we didn't use, he was squeezed in between Saburo and Natsumi, and that's where Yoshi stood forever in the middle.
Yeah. It's great though. So.
It's like, this is my destiny.
For all eternity.
Fuck my life. This is what I have to show for it.
There's that whole conquering thing. You should probably, get a move on.
Exactly.
Jeez, who's in charge of that? Kind of dumb.
I'm on a planet with the most incompetent soldiers. That are my friends. And I can't do shit.
Oh, come on, I'm not incompetent. Here, hon, hold this can of soda and shake it in your face. Come on!
I need a shower. Jesus Christ.
You wanna scrub? Can I scrub your back?
Dude.
I'm just being a pal.
Don't go there. No.
Okay.
You're not that kind of pal.
And all right, just say.
I've known you too long at this point.
Okay, just because we were kids at one time.
We kind of touched on the next one, Kulu giggling to himself. The idea is he's just trying to be creepy, but it just annoys everyone, really.
Sergeant Major. Oh, for fuck's sake, Kulu!
I like how Tamama called Kululu, by his rank.
Sergeant Major.
Because he calls Kero Sarge. Has he referred to anyone else by their name? He called Dororo.
And Hangnail the next one.
And Hangnail.
No, he addresses everybody else by their name. It's only Sarge and apparently now Sergeant Major.
Sarge Merge.
I guess she was damn it! He was doing that because...
Yeah, you see?
Shut up! He's doing that because he's trying to get his attention, so, yeah. So addressing him by the rank is like, okay, he's gonna get it no matter what. Okay. Moving on. Oh, this one's also yours.
Yeah. G.I. Joe. Let's see, well, just watching the episode, we had the sound off, as usual. I saw Tamama run down into the abyss, and I could not stop laughing.
Tamama doesn't fall. He's running, and he just...
He's in the air. It looks like he's in the air, but he's still running.
He runs down it, so it looks so retarded.
And I thought, we gotta put that in there, but it has to be some kind of battle cry. Because, I turned on the audio, it was the dub audio, and Tom was like, I see her! And it's just not as funny if he acknowledges that he's falling. So he shouts it out. I was trying to think of the battle cry from, I think it's Red Dawn. Wolverines! But then I thought of G.I. Joe, and after about a minute of laughing, that's what went in.
It was great. I don't know if like some of you guys caught it, but Carol actually follows it up with, "No, hon, wait, we're not in America." Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, that ties in with Carol being a terrible person.
Yeah, he didn't care that he fell down, like, he ran down the thing shouting G.I. Joe. He just cared that he misreferenced it, so. Oh, you did? We're not in America! Oh, who gives a fuck?
You'll get it right in hell.
If you get there, yeah, she'll get there. Hell.
Yeah, but he just runs right back up in the post-credits.
And the post-credits just runs back up. I think that was my idea. He's like, okay, he just gets back up.
Yeah, I think that was yours.
Yeah, that was mine.
I think that's great. He's still yelling Joe. His lungs must be as big as his head.
How long did it take to get to a quote-unquote abyss?
I don't know. It's scary.
I think Tommy was a better ninja than Doro. I mean, if he could do that, then what the fuck?
Well, Doro could do that too, but I don't think he has the lung capacity to shout Joe that long.
Exactly, I think he's even better, so. And he has a mask on his face, so. Like, he'll probably choke on it and then, like, fall off and die, so.
Oh, yeah. Favorite joke. Next one. This whole thing that Ma says, considering my favorite uncle is here, you think I'd have thought this through. You think she would have. The entire reason she's there is to destroy the world.
Yeah,
but when she finds that Karo is there, which is apparently who, like, she adores completely and utterly, and is essentially in love with him, she's still going to destroy the world with Karo on it. You really think she would have given it a second thought, maybe I should alter my plans somewhat. No, Asami isn't going to go back to her parents, so I'm going to destroy the world right now.
Yeah, because in the original, we mixed 2 episodes into one, so we didn't really have enough material for the first half. Like, oh, that's not good enough, so I wanted to mix another one where they actually explain more of her character, because, we're doing character episodes first, and we do whatever the fuck after that. So, what was going on? The character is all, Uncle's here, I can't do that. And she's willing to destroy the world because Asami won't go back to her stupid parents. So, even, like, Carol's she's fully aware he's there, but she's doing it anyway. Who gives a fuck, right? So. And
the best part about it, unlike in the Sgt. Frog series, Ma actually destroys the world.
she splits it in half.
Right down the middle.
That was my idea. I was like, wait, what if she just, like, breaks the world?
What if she actually accomplishes her mission in the first episode she's in?
So we're doing it there. She's mission complete.
Now she pretty much has no reason to be there. She's just off on vacation or whatever.
Now she just wants to be with Kara. So. Because the thing is, she's supposed to be the king of terror. Like, apparently the world was supposed to end back in 1999, but it never happened. So she wakes up in the year 2004 in the anime, 2010 in the English anime, and here because she wants to, and she was told by her dad.
And here she is. Now we've almost rendered her character useless if we weren't going to give much of a shit about her destroying the world anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, Moi is actually an important character, and she shows up in almost all of them, so yeah.
Yeah,
she's permanent.
The best part is, a couple weeks later, Kulu's fixed everything with tape.
Tape?
That sounds stupid, but the fact that he did it shows Kululu is amazing.
He put it back together with tape. That's so stupid.
Probably sticky tape, too, not duct taped.
He has, like, the cheapest tape you could find.
Like, the tape they put in cassettes.
And the world is back together, no problem.
It's stable, its orbit is fine.
It's tape.
You're good. It's tape. Your guess is as good as mine.
Pikmin 2, we found tape. Maybe that's how the tape got there.
Like, that's the aftermath.
In the aftermath, Carol eventually gave up and stopped fucking around stuff. Maybe something dumb like that, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
So if you want any jokes explained or something else, go ahead. In the meantime, let's talk about the future of the Midnight Frogs. Let's see. Thorn, you want to go first?
Well, the next episode is going to be the radio episode.
Yeah, that's an episode we've been looking forward to forever.
Probably for things that aren't even going to be going in there.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for redoing everything, so.
Yeah. For all we know, the very next episode may not even work out. But we're planning further ahead than we actually act.
Right.
Which is good, but who knows?
Yeah. Season 1's going to continue.
Like, in 2011, we're not going to get started on SFA6 for a long time because I actually want to focus on my music. I want to get a proper album out. I was recently signed to an internet independent label called Futures Past FM, like FM standing for free music. If you guys know Verhias, his music alias Sawtooth is signed there. He needs to re-release his best album on there. I'm going to release my album there probably not in January, maybe February, and once that's mostly done, I can get back into working on SFA.
Yeah, I'd say this is a good time to take a break. We've been doing videos nonstop, so.
Yeah, it's time I worked on something for myself. I've needed that.
Yeah, and I guess I could start something on myself, but I wanted to do the machinima, but I still don't have a new Brawl copy, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with my spare time. Maybe more hidden in the code or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one you're doing.
Yeah, the Hidden in the Code 3 is going to be about The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the Beta, and Unicorn Fountain. Halo Machinima, good fucking god, no, Brawl Machinima. But as of right now, there won't be any SFA, just for a little bit, February, February, March, around there probably. That's not too bad, but there's other abridged series to watch, not as good as us, but hey, cough.
No, really.
Yeah, after we're back from our little break, we're gonna be working specifically on SFA. It's gonna be directly 6 through 10 right there. We're not gonna do any secret projects, mostly because I don't have any ideas right now, and because I don't want to do any secret projects right now. After we're done with 6 through 10, we're gonna be redoing Sgt Frog 1, then take a small break from there, and then we start on season 2. Hopefully we can have all of this done by... Yeah, I think season 2 should start next year.
May even be done before this year is over because, season 1 done before this year is over because it took a full year to get this far only because SFA2 took forever to get out.
And we did 2 secret projects, so...
Right.
That's what? That could have been either 8 or 9 episodes?
Maybe,
just... But hey.
If anything, 5 or 6.
Right. But I do know that season 2 is going to start next year. That's for sure. Hopefully.
Yeah, roughly. Let's see, if it takes at most 2 months to get an episode out and not under a month like this episode took, then we should... season 2 should start sometime in summer.
Yeah, I believe so. That's perfect, because that means I graduated high school and I have more than enough time on my hands. And I'm going to be moving on to college soon, but hey. Still haven't decided what college I'm going to, but hey. So, we'll be on a break, about a month or two break, I'd say.
Yeah.
A month or two break, so we're not going to be gone or anything. We'll be back before, way quicker than we did for SFA2, that's for sure. So, we'll be back. And that's about it. Stay tuned. We have more funny shit coming along. I mean, it's not going to be the last video you see on the Midnight Frogs before other shit, because, I might, throw a little thing or do like, here's what Yoshi does when he's bored, or here's Hidden in the Code 3, or here's Karo doing something gay, or something stupid like that, so, yeah.
Yeah, I may end up doing other things, like, I do want to get back to doing Pikmin.
Yeah, we're going to be going back to Let's Plays for a small while.
Yeah, and podcasts, like, if we have things to talk about, we'll definitely do them.
Yeah. Everything Karo does is gay, am I right?
That's because he's only doing the one thing.
You got that right.
It's funny because he's not.
It's funny because you should shut the fuck up. But anyway, I'm gonna be focusing more on Let's Plays and hopefully getting back to Retro Praise. It's been a while since we've done that.
Actually, our occasional partner in crime, Jukaprost, is back for the holiday vacation, so we're going to be doing one with him in the next couple days. Yeah. Hopefully today, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, I couldn't get around to it because I had freaking company over and bullshit, so. Anyway, that's it for the podcast, and now it's time for questions.
Yeah, 5 people posted them on the notice I posted, so if you guys have more, go ahead and put them in the chat now. We're going to answer these 5 first.
Yeah, this is the part where we just hang out with the chat for, like, the next couple hours, so, yeah. Yeah.
Well, this part is actually going to go in the podcast.
Well, this. I mean, after, so.
Yeah. First question, I believe it's pronounced Killer Kane, asks, what gave you all the idea to do a Sgt Frog Abridged, or who inspired you?
I'll answer this one. I already answered it in the chat, but I'll go for it again for the podcast. Podcast. So, way back then, when I was a fetus, when I was about 16, I had recently gotten into, like, Sgt Frog. Like, I loved it. Like, it was hilarious. Like, what the hell is this? Hey, this frog is stupid. He's hilarious. I love it. So, I was also one of the people who loved Little Karibo stuff and Nausicaa and Team 4-Star. I was like, hey, Abridged series are cool. Hey, what if there's a Sgt Frog Abridged? So I typed it in the YouTube search bar, hit the enter button, and 0. So I was like,
Well, 1.
Yeah, that wasn't worth it. Yeah, it wasn't worth it. It was by this Portuguese guy or Spain or whatever.
I think he's Mexican.
Mexican, whatever. His name was Roller42. Ironically enough, after our Sgt Frog came out, he became a fan of us, and he offered to, dub Pokemon Mystery Dungeon in Spanish, and he actually does pretty good Spanish dubs, so, yeah, we gave him the A-OK. Haven't heard anything back from him, though. But anyway, I wanted to do it, and that's it. I decided from then on, like, yeah, you know what, I'll do it. It's probably gonna suck, since I'll be by myself. Maybe I'll ask around, get some help,
Now we're here.
And now we're here. That's how it came to be. That's how the idea came out.
Yeah, I had wanted to do an abridged series of my own. Like, my original idea was an Azumanga Daioh abridged, because for a while I was really addicted to it. But Rio Viga and some of her voice actors had pretty much taken care of that, so, well, fuck. Then Yoshi came around, and it's like, I'm hopping on this so hard it's going to break.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be about frogs, and 2 of them are gonna be gay, and one of them's gonna be a war veteran and other shit.
What are we thinking?
This isn't gonna fly. Never mind.
Never mind. It's like, what was it? The elephant plane? I don't know.
We met some great people, so.
Oh yeah.
Next question. God damn it.
Famous Jameis 42. What do you think of Tomima's teeth?
He's in the chat.
Is he?
Yeah. It's just Jameis now. Hi. What do we think of Tomima's teeth?
I think they're overrated.
I think they're pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how his teeth are still white. I mean, the guy eats like 1 million sweets a day, so I don't know how he doesn't have diabetes or anything, but hey, those are pretty nice white teeth.
Well, apparently drinking semen whitens your teeth.
But mine is green!
Well, still.
I don't see how that works.
I actually don't really like Tama's teeth, because every time he shows them, he's acting like a retard. Not like our retard, but like he's yelling at Moi or getting pissed off. And like Yoshi mentioned earlier in the podcast, that really doesn't fit for the character.
Just the character in general, just odd seeing it. Like, hey, then you just go in the next panel, so it's just, yeah, let's not go with that.
Yeah, like you said, this one time, Tom was more of a dialogue character than a visual character.
Right. Well, ours is.
Right.
A lot of the jokes in the original is just because he goes bipolar, ha 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 ha, so. And so I never really liked it, so. He looked weird too, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bloody Rose's drummer. Who's your favorite character?
That's a tough one. Because I love the frogs. They're hilarious. I mean, Giroro's great. Tamama's fantastic. Karo's a douche, so. Then there's Fuyuki.
Yeah, it would be Fuyuki, but we keep forgetting to give him enough dialogue.
Yeah, it's not that I can't. It's just that, like, I'm focusing more on this guy, these guys, and sometimes he's just not there, and. But. I'd have to say, like, one of my favorites of all time. Like, it would probably be a tie between Dororo, Tamama, and the lesbians. And Kara.
The lesbians, of course.
And Kara. It's a tie between those four. I can't decide who's better. Because just Dororo, his jokes are great, and Tamama's Tamama, Kara's Kara, and the lesbians are lesbians. What about you?
Yeah, it kind of changes day to day for me. It's like my opinion of Mystery Dungeon Abridged. I just can't decide. Dororo, I'm surprised how much fun I have doing him and writing for him, voicing him. It's like he just ended up being a surprising highlight. So I think at the moment, probably Dororo.
I love Dororo. Let's see. One Up Guy asks, which character do you most like to voice act? I believe he was trying to say most likely. I get no.
Most like to voice act.
You like the most. Whatever. And the other question is, what are your favorite animes? See, well, my favorite is Carol, for starters, because it's hilarious, because I use this voice in real life, and people always laugh at it because of how silly and dumb it sounds. And there's also Tamama, so... And every now and then, yeah, it's just those two, basically. I don't use my lesbian voice in real life. That's no.
It's the Tamama voice.
Yeah, it's pretty much Tamama, but a little deeper, so. Just a little. It's a small hint, but.
I think my favorite character to voice act is Tamama, because, like, Fuyuki, Giroro, Dororo, those all come pretty naturally, but every now and then I don't quite get the voice right and it doesn't sound like them. With Tamama, I never get it wrong.
Yeah. It's more natural than my hair. You have hair?
I do.
Oh.
Very long hair.
Well, that's news to me. I've never dyed it in my life.
I could say something, but I wouldn't get anywhere, so fuck you guys. What are your favorite animes? I haven't watched anime in a while, but One Piece is my favorite anime of all time. Sgt Frog, Yu Yu Hakusho, G Gundam. It's been a while since I've seen any. Dragon Ball, the original. Trigun. I believe that's it. There's others. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Fully Cooley. I used to like Full Metal Alchemist, and it kind of fucked it up, so no. I'm pretty sure there's others I'm forgetting, but yeah. What about you, Thor?
Azumanga Daioh, One Piece. I'd say Sgt Frog, but I honestly haven't seen that much. But just turning on the audio while we're watching the episodes is really fun, so I guess. I would also say Dragon Ball Z Kai, the new re-edit they are doing, but it's still as repetitious and maddening as ever, just slightly shorter, so no, fuck it.
Yeah, they shaved off the filler, but still it's hiya, kick, punch.
They shaved off the filler, but it's still the same fucking episode. Count how many times they say, "That's impossible. He was just toying with us."
Huh. We're not strong enough to defeat him. If only Goku were here.
Same shit every episode. Really is one of the most overrated animes ever. And just shortening it and taking out the filler still didn't help it that much.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like, wow, this is awesome! Like, that's why I said Dragon Ball and not Dragon Ball Z, because the original is, it actually goes somewhere. It doesn't stay for like a million fucking episodes doing the same shit over and over. And the other characters actually get to do stuff. Not like now where everybody just do, okay, Goku this, Goku that, Goku, so.
Yeah, I need to watch Dragon Ball. It's been forever.
Yeah, I prefer the original. And it didn't have all this alien Super Saiyan bullshit that they made up, so. Meh.
Is that it?
I think there's another one. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I mean for animes.
Oh, no, that's it. That's all I got.
Alright, Eandramon, he's in the chat. As a prefix to his question, he says, I haven't really seen much of the Sgt Frog anime, so don't be mad if I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. And fair enough.
Yeah.
I probably know even less than you do. But his question is, what thoughts do you have pertaining to how you use the ninja characters? Like, what jokes do you think about using, writing off, or just don't work in due to time constraints? Well, with the ninja characters, they're not that special. Like, we don't treat them any differently than the others. It's just based on the characters themselves.
Yeah. I mean, Koyuki, she's a ninja, but that's about it. She's a ninja, and she's also a girl. Like, you saw how in episode 4, she wasn't very ninja-y. She just dressed like one.
And jumped.
And jumped. Yeah, that's about it, so.
She did manage to actually avoid getting caught. It's just until Natsumi showed up.
Yeah.
We don't really treat the ninja characters any differently than the others.
She's a lesbian. That's useful. In the chat. Yeah, lesbians, on the other hand, they're special compared to everybody else in our show.
Koyuki is like the least special lesbian thus far, though.
Yeah, you can't hate lesbian 1 and 2. They're lesbian 1 and 2.
Lesbo. That's their technical name. I don't think there's been any jokes that we didn't include due to time constraints.
Yeah, nothing like that.
We've never had an episode that went longer than what we've been allowed. Like, it's just, there have been jokes that just weren't as funny, or we didn't even come up with.
The closest thing I could think of, for time constraints would be, while editing, a joke wouldn't work and we have to come up with something else. That's about it.
Like for episodes 1 and 2?
No, but I mean a small one. For 2, we had to fucking redo the whole entire thing. Twice, so.
Well, in episode 1, I had to write a lot of other random lines during the editing so that everything flowed.
Yeah, there's that. So, yeah. Now, everything's just fine. The only time constraint problem we'll ever have will be, getting voice clips. That's about it. Once we get everybody's lines, everything's locked up, pretty much.
Pretty much. Hyundraman adds, I just thought you might try to use that she's a ninja sometimes. Well, nothing that they don't include in the original episodes anyway.
Yeah, she's a main character, don't get me wrong. I love almost all the female characters, so, yeah, she'll be back every now and then. Yeah,
it's surprising how likable Natsumi became.
Yeah, like when I first saw Natsumi, like in the anime and the manga, I hated her guts. I really hated her face. I hated her more than Momoka. Back then, I didn't have a problem with Momoka until 2, so. But now I was like, hey, look, it's Natsumi.
Yay. She and Kara are gonna have it back and forth again.
Fappy, fap, so.
That's not what I was getting at.
Well, it was for me. Wait.
New in productions, but she has pink hair, but it's not Lucky Star, so it's okay.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It all comes back to Kara Rose Schlong. What?
Nothing always involves my penis, isn't that right, hon? See? Pat, just fucking fine. That's pretty much it for us.
And that's pretty much it for the episode, I think.
Yeah, that's it.